iced out chillin'. Was the good guy till they made me the villain. Was gonna get a room, but they gave me a villa. I got Game Sports Center. 20 bands for the dinner. 20 dips in a sprinter. What's a 2 up, 2 up, 2 up, 2 up? Never been afraid to play my cards. What's a risk to a winner? Barely hang out with these days.
Welcome back in, everyone, to EA Sports coverage of the NFL. It's Colts football as we jump into the action in the first quarter of play. Second and 10.
19 Charger, 19 Charger. Check smash, check smash. Ready.
Richardson looking to throw. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch. A big play there for Indy. 41 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now it's Richardson. This pass caught. It's Woods. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. They go right back to him for 20 and a 1st. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Now a battle for the football. It's caught. It's a touchdown. Kylan Granson, 30 yards. And the Colts are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season, big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Richardson will throw for it. And unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here. So pretty interesting. They get the opening drive touchdown. They wanted a little more. They were looking for 8, maybe something they thought about before the game started, I would imagine.
I think you're right about that. That's discussed in your staff meeting. A decision is made. I think the head coach has to blueprint it and say, yes, let's go ahead and do that. In this case, though, let's give some credit to the guys on defense. They gave up the touchdown, but found a way to regroup and keep them out of the end zone for the two-point play.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive, 17 yards and a first down. A man coming off an 1,100-yard campaign last year. Here's Travis Etienne. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Another tote for Etienne. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. So this, a great matchup here in Indy. You get a divisional game right out of the gate. Now, Charles, what do you see in store for these two teams in 2023?
Indianapolis trying to get themselves reestablished as a playoff team, but they've kind of hit the reset button a little bit. While Jacksonville, coming off of a big finish in 2022, they believe they're the team to beat in the AFC South.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On the draw, here's Lawrence. Dances by at the 20. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them up 1st and goal. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. Here's Lawrence. Caught on the slant. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars are an extra point away now from moving out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Ashton Doolin now to return. Sheds off the tackle and makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. And we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines and roster construction and such. But the two kind of caught my eye, Charles. One is the option to fair catch a kickoff and have it come out to the 25 like it does in college. You like that? He's got a man complete. Down to the 10. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Alec Pierce. 77 yards. And the Colts are once again back in front. Boy, just zero hesitation from the rookie passer there, partner. He is coming out firing in this opening quarter.
And all the talk leading into this game was that pass rush talking about challenging this guy, getting into his grill, getting into his space. And how about him? Might be his first year in the NFL, but I don't see any fear in him at all. How about that big-time throw right out of the gate?
Shane Steichen, aggressive as a play caller. He's going to go for 2 here. Dancing to his left. And he will find the end zone here, and the lead moves moves up to 7. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get him to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the three-point shot, and people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And no return here for Agnews, and they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game.
And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
On first down, Lawrence. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with second down and less than a yard. A handoff running left is Etienne, and he gets it down to the 32. 4 yards the pickup, first down. Lawrence. They'll drop that underneath to Etienne. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play that time on the catch and run, and it'll move the chains. Here's Lawrence to throw. Touchdown! Travis Etienne, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. McManus's point after is good, and we are tied at 14. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was Travis Etienne on the touchdown reception capping the drive. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. First and 10, it's Richardson. They'll fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. He got 29 yards that time. A nice completion there for the first down. And Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game, has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day.
And this is caught at the 20. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback will tell you it's nice to have a tight end that can stretch the field. And how about him right there, working in the heart of the defense, and they connect on a very nice play downfield, a combination of talent and toughness to go into the briar patch.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
And the Colts are going to have a first and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. Here's Richardson to throw. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 2nd and goal from the 1. Richardson looking to throw this. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Anthony Richardson now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game. And the Colts have moved out in front. We saw so much of this last year at the college level, but there you go. His first rushing touchdown as an NFL quarterback. And with the speed he has, we certainly know it won't be his last, because that's something that aided him very well, as you mentioned, at the college level. It's something he's going to carry over, and they'll make it a big part of their offense. Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it was Anthony Richardson who took it into the end zone to finish things off. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Trevor Lawrence and the Jacksonville offense ready to go back to work. And the numbers for the last drive, and he was perfect, which maybe isn't surprising because he has not missed a pass in this game yet.
And it lets you know just how precise things have to be for a quarterback to be perfect, because that means the line's blocking really well. No one's dropping any of the passes thrown to them, and the quarterback is accurate. It's almost like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Down the right sideline, Calvin Ridley. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley, 75 yards. And the Jags are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Extra point from McManus is good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. But right now, we've got a little bit of an offensive masterpiece going on. Both sides moving the football, scoring points. It's almost like somebody put the defense on rookie mode in this one. I mean, we haven't even left the first half, Charles, and we're certainly on pace for a shootout.
An excellent start for both offenses. The fans have to be enjoying this, to seeing all these points go up on the board. As a former defender, you know I'm not enjoying this at all.
And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Colts. Alec Pierce, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Colts are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Shane Steichen, aggressive as a play caller. He's going to go for 2 here. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Calvin Ridley and the Jaguars back onto the field. He's up near 100 yards now here in the second quarter, but his team's down.
Through no fault of his own. I mean, what a nice game he's having so far. They've got to keep finding ways to get him the football. Don't get away from that. Figure out where things are going wrong with the rest of the team.
They'll be hoping to hit that 100-yard mark on this drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. Oh, now the ball comes loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game.
So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. So that erases a game-tying touchdown.
And wouldn't you hate to be the person that committed the foul on that play? Film is not going to be fun for him, but right now he's got to regroup and continue to play.
Completes it to Evan Ingram. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Etienne. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Now Lawrence. This is caught. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
Came up about a yard short, but I can't help it, Brandon. I love it when the big guy gets the football and he tries to battle his way forward. There's something about those guys carrying the ball and watching people trying to stop them. That's just great theater.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. Now here's a timeout as they're going to get it with 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. So Lawrence will exit, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Jaguar field goal. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by McManus is good, and that will bring the deficit back down to 3. So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. A final shot before the half. Richardson airing it out deep for Woods. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season, so let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll begin up at M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, and it's the Texans who've got the lead in the second quarter. Noah Brown, a touchdown catch in that first half. From there, we head down south to Atlanta, to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they trail in their ball game at halftime to the visiting Carolina Panthers. Adam Thielen, a touchdown catch in that first half. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And that one all tied. What a first half we saw from the number 4 overall pick back in April, Anthony Richardson. He's over 300 yards passing already as he's looking to possibly put his name in the record book.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. A short throw to Ingram. Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have.
And a loose football. And the Colts pick it up. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. So the opposite of what they envisioned when they left that locker room, a turnover on the opening drive of this third quarter.
I like your identification there because that's exactly what they discussed in the locker room before they came out on the field. Let's get the ball. Let's go down and score, put some points on the board and feel good about it. Not an insurmountable lead, but definitely not how they saw it at halftime.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. And Richardson back to throw it. And his throw here's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown. Alec Pierce with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Colts are able to extend their lead.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
Gay is on for the point after. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Alec Pierce. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. A no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out and start the drive at the 25. Jacksonville set to go again offensively. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You're trailing by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard at doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives them a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And the ball is knocked out, and the Colts pick it up. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Good starting field position for the Colts as they have it 1st and 10 at the 45. Following the fumble recovery, Richardson airing it out deep for Woods. It's caught inside the 25. It's a gain of 34.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. 2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And it'll be intercepted. Rayshawn Jenkins picks it off. And the Jags are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point. His first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Now ETN to start the drive. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
3rd quarter here in Indy. This is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Looking downfield for Jones. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Lawrence will throw. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Juju Brents. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner. And with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. He's going to go up top for the end zone. Oh, and that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converged.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
That pick hurts a little extra because it was third down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. Now Lawrence to throw. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Colts pick it up. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
To throw is Richardson. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. A good pickup there at 22.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Richardson shakes off the sack. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Richardson. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
Well, we both know there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
19, Tiger, 19.
Back to throw. Richardson. That escapes, and he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. It's the Colts. They've got control of the football. They also have the lead as we start the 4th. Steps away to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
That was a good effort there, trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Colts are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. No hesitation on the decision to go on 4th and goal from the 1, and they punch it in.
And I do believe that field position factors in there too, because even if they don't get in, you're going to force the other guys to go the full 99 yards. So to me, a good calculated risk, which actually paid off.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set to go again. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Colts pick it up. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head. Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help them improve. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a... That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead. Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. Looking to throw. Richardson. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Back to throw. Richardson. Flush to his right. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line. Brought to the ground by the linebacker, Foye Oluokun. 2nd down, here's Richardson. Staying under pressure, they got him again. A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? Look at end zone, and he's got his man. It's Woods. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Colts are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Yet another touchdown in what has just been a high-scoring affair, a fun one to watch. And it's the rookie quarterback, Charles, coming through with yet another touchdown pass to pad the lead. Did we come into this game where defense was optional? Because it certainly feels that way, right? But when you look at the scoreboard, this rookie, he has his team moving at a little bit quicker pace than his opponents. The entire offense is going to get plenty of praise, and I think these coaches have to be especially happy with what their quarterback has done. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. On second down, Lawrence. Caught by Jones. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Now Lawrence on first down. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be second down. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. A short throw to Ingram. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. Back to throw again. He targets Ingram for another grab. And the offense moving quickly to the line. On second down, here's Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for Etienne. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Lawrence going to throw again. And the incompletion there, so that breaks a string of 5 straight hookups. It also leads to a fourth down. Doug Peterson going to roll the dice here. They will go for it on fourth down. Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Colts are going to take over with a football. So they tried to go for it for pride, but it really wouldn't have mattered. This one, it was already determined.
No doubt about it. This one was over a while ago.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. CD, this is the ideal situation, the fourth quarter. You come out here late, not much time on the clock with a comfortable lead, and put the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, this offense, all game long, they've been powerful, they've been dangerous. You're exactly right. They can end this one on their own terms.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how week 1 is going to play out. But for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? You're not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
I know they're not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
after the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. A final shot now for Lawrence. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Indianapolis, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.
On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still gotta back up, cause it's on this old train line, I'ma get it done. Now I got the party jumping like it's double dutch. Then we spun the block, came back, double up like, ooh, I got her, and yeah, met her uptown, but she from the borough, better known as the boogie down. All sookie now, get up out the kitchen, man, I'm cooking now. Brother man, slip me skin, suck it to me, and they gotta shut their mouth when they talking to me. I look around, it's a whole lot of flirting mamas, but I hit the highs, man, don't want the drama. Hey, peace and love, baby, keep it groovy. Every time we pop out, you know it's a movie. If I'm in hot water, then it's a jacuzzi. I gotta shake, so I'm throwing deuces. I gotta, even when I'm down bad, yeah, I know how to bounce back, cause you know I gotta, and she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still gotta, I still gotta. Be knowing here. You see these grown people talking, what you doing here? I gotta have a mind and hit you with a stitch you, get up off the wall, go on, get it moving here. Yeah, I'm just catching the vibe. I told the valet, take your time, it might get a ride. Floating through the front door, my mind is a tie. And good Lord, mama, you know you looking divine. I had to turn around, double take a look at that. Girl, you got good taste, where you cook it at? You can mingle with the cool kids. I'm out here sweating like a preacher in the pool pit. Even when I'm down bad, I know how to bounce back. I know I got her, and she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, and even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still got her. I know I got her. I know I got her.